Hey folks, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a couple of episodes. First episode is this re-review of two fragrances I did so many years back. So yeah, it's gonna be full review. What are my thoughts? Did anything change? These two are very affordable, two fragrances from the same house called Rasasi, and these perfumes actually are very nice summer fragrance for the budget. Okay, so I will let you know the price, the bottle sizes, how they smell, scent profile, if it's similar to something, stuff like that. And also I would like to talk about if they're good value for money, and stuff like that. Anyway, so I did pre-spray these on the paper because I'm wearing something on my hand, and it will be for the next episode, which is going to be a summer list for nighttime. So let's see what you get. So at the left, we got Hatem. Hatem is EDP concentration, and it's a 75 ml bottle, if I'm not mistaken. This one, I'll show you the bottle and box soon. On the other hand, this is called Fattan, Fattan Purum. So I do not know if Hatem, I remember there was another fragrance like this same bottle, but for women, but not called Hatem, something else. And Fattan for her. There are two different versions for men and women. So this one, on the other hand, it is for men. And I think it's a 50 ml. I don't remember if it is EDP or EDT. Let me check. Doesn't say here, does it? Purum. Man. Yeah, it is EDP concentration also, but it's a 50 ml. So the prices on these, before I start, once again, the current rate, I just checked the price with this page, which are selling Rasasi, which is MMC luxury perfumes. So they inform me these fragrances are going for almost same pricing. Maybe the Hatem one is $24, the left, and the right one, Fattan, is about $22. Okay, so still very good on budget, but how much is it actually? Like if you talk about like 100 ml, like that is the standard calculation. So 75 ml, if you convert it to, I think it's going to cost less than $40 perhaps, something like $38. I don't remember exactly how much it is, but it is around like under $40 per 100 ml. And this one Fattan, it's about a 45 bucks or 50, around, roughly estimate is for per 100 ml if you convert. So it is more on the expensive side. So it's not really cheap if you talk about 100 ml calculation, but if you buy these bottles, they are very cheap, 20 something dollars. Anybody can afford that if you are into fragrances. So let me talk about Hatem first. Hatem box, I showed in my early days review, I showed the box, and this is 75 ml. And the back is mentioned about Rasasi and other information, EDP concentration. You will find batch code and all that. That's just a standard box. Okay, so that's the box. The bottle I really like. Bottle has this beautiful juice color, light blue aquatic juice color. Very nice to fit in the hand. It fits very nicely. You can carry it around also in the bag, I believe. And the cap is very beautiful in terms of design. It's a metal cap. I think it's a click. Yeah, it does click onto place. You can pick it up. Base, you find your sticker and everything. Sprayers are okay on this, not bad. Let me spray on the paper once again for the atomizer. Really effortless sprayer. Doesn't have to press so hard. So that's the sprayer. And the other side, the Fattan. Let me finish the presentation. The box looks like this. Very simplistic presentation, minimalist, Rasasi. If you have seen these, okay, nothing much going on here. The bottle also is very cute. It's like a cylindrical bottle with green juice inside. The name of the fragrance. If you haven't seen my other review, you can check this one out. This one, it's kind of like a plasticky cap. It fits, but somewhat, it's not really like a snug fit or very good click. It's okay, it's like a budget. The juice color I really like, very nice green mango colored juice sprayers. A good spray also on this. Okay, so Rasasi usually do not have bad presentation even on their budget fragrances. So let's talk about Hatem first. Hatem here. Okay, so Hatem is less talked about. Like nowadays, not many people mention it in their list, or people don't talk about it. People talk about Daresh, Shura, Hawas new one, Enteba, with someday these fragrances, but Hatem is an underrated one. It's a very beautiful, aquatic, fresh, ozonic fragrance with a touch of fruits. Very nice opening. This one, it's kind of sweet, musky, reminds me of Chanel Allure Sport, and also I did say in my previous review, it's somewhat similar to Versace Purum. If you like that DNA, I'm not calling it exactly a clone, but it is somewhat close to that. So what are the difference between this and Versace Purum? Versace Purum has this neroli, which is very prominent. It's like a very citrusy, tart, citrus, lemon. Hatem misses that. Hatem has those musky tones, the blue vibe that Versace Purom has. And I would say it is relatively simpler complex to compared to VPH, and it's a more sweeter, muskier version. This is somewhere between VPH and Chanel Allure Sport. If you take both and you just make like a baby out of the two, and you make like a muted version, this is not very long lasting. I get about 3 hours from it. It's good enough, it's decent for casual usage day to day, but it's not a crazy performer. It even doesn't last as much as Versace Prom does. So yeah, the performance could be a little bit an issue, but I do not mind because both these fragrances are aquatic, ozonic fragrance like polo blue, stuff like that. They do not last as much, but this is a tad bit sweeter. So if you did not like citrusy, maybe you'd like this one a little bit more. This is a nice little musky, sweet, nothing really to hate about it. Masculine, fresh, sunny days kind of fragrance. Not very heavy on musk also, okay? So it's a relatively simpler fragrance, and I really like it. It's not like for me like a wow factor like Hawas or Shura that gave me, or Hawas Ice. It's just a nice little like gentle fragrance, handsome, clean, and people, especially students, can definitely try this, but you need to carry an atomizer, unfortunately, because it will not cover the day's work. Okay, so Hatem for me is a 7.5 out of 10, my last impression. So now let's move into Fattan, which is also a dupe of somewhat to something very popular. So this green juice is really beautiful to look at. It's very soothing, really nice. It looks like, I don't know, what's that thing I'm thinking? Not Kalua, but there's this like certain shots you put, I think absinthe. I don't know, it looks like that. So it's kind of like green, very beautiful, almost like to that neon point. So yeah, somewhat you can see somewhat similar, but this one it's a bit maybe a bit darker green. So I like green juices, but this fragrance is not really that minty or green only. So the sprayer, once again, let me show you. Ah man, let me just respray for the review, okay? Just a couple of sprays. So this one, man, you need to find the right spot to close it. So this one, people already know what this one clones or is inspired by. This is a very popular fragrances fragrances clone, which is called Terre d'Hermes. At least this is inspired by this for sure. So you'll ask me how much close this is to Terre d'Hermes. There are differences, more similarity than difference. This one, particular one, Fattan, sorry, yeah, Rasasis Fattan. It's similar to also as a fragrance on the same line called Terre d'Hermes Outre Fresh, if you like that, okay? And if you like Terre d'Hermes, both these fragrances with the bitter orange, a little bit of earthiness, ISO is super. What else is in there? Vetiver, like if you like these notes, it's not for everybody, okay? Someone recently bought this fragrance. He said, I blind bought this, a newbie, new entrant in the game, and he said, I did not like this, or something like similar to Terre d'Hermes, that it did not work for them, maybe Albait Aldimashki's version. So I could definitely see it, and I'll tell you the reason. This is where experience kicks in. And when I talk about experience, is the years. Anything, if you want to graduate a school, college, university, you have to literally go class by class. You cannot learn everything in one day or 1 month and you just like, graduate. No, you have to give your time to graduate and learn. So what I learned from this is that Terre d'Hermes, I saw so much hype on this when I started my journey. I smelled it for the first time and I was like, what is this fragrance, man? I mean, I did not see it. This one, Lanston de Guerlain, Extreme, so many other fragrances. I did not understand those fragrances. Very complex Guerlain fragrance. I did not understand anything like Abbey Rouge. So I kind of like was put off by it. And it took me like 3-4 years to understand this fragrance finally, after running with so many of these clones. And then I finally bought the fragrance, and it is with me for a very long time now. So this whole line, Terre d'Hermes, Outre Fresh, the Vetiver, and Eau Intense Vetiver, and the Perfume. And I think, are there more? I don't know. So anyway, this four, whatever is in the line, it's kind of like for people who enjoy a little bit different. Bitter orange is not for everybody. So this one is also orangey, but more like a green orange compared to the orangey orange. Okay, this is more youthful, less powdery. This one can get powdery, a little bit bitter. It's not as bitter. It's fresh, green, orangey smell with that vetiver and dry down, and is more like a, how do I say? This is already designer, but a more approachable version of Terre d'Hermes. So if you enjoy actually Terre d'Hermes Outre Fresh, you would immensely enjoy it. Price factor again, $22, $23. It's not a problem. Some countries are selling for also $15. I think it's excellent value. So yeah, a little bit of cardamom also, I think. So this is actually a more interesting fragrance than Hatem. and I would highly recommend this. See, 50 ml, if you look at it like, oh, if I convert it's like $50, you can think of it like that, but you can buy the full presentation for $22. I mean, there's just nothing wrong with it, right? So yeah, Fattan is a champ for me. Hatem is okay. You can buy it if you don't have a huge collection, but if you already have VPH or like Missoni's Perfume Purom, something inspired by VPH, you don't need this, okay? But Fattan, if you really crave for tear dermis, but you can't afford it because these are supremely expensive. This is definitely a good budget version. You can try some of the other ones that I reviewed, the clones of tear dermis, but this is also a good one. Sorry. So overall, my score for this is solid 8 out of 10. Not a more than 8 because again that price factor, if it was 100 mil for 25 bucks, it would be a great like almost 9 out of 10. Okay, but the price is a little bit higher compared to the ml that you get. So there you go, that's like the revisit and final review. That's my honest take, as I always do. I hopefully appreciate it, but always try a fragrance, get a sample, go to the shop. The best judge is always the end user, you. Okay, you. Okay, what do I mean by that? I am here to do reviews, no problem. I am a reviewer. I've been doing this for almost like a decade now, and whatever I learn, I share. But my taste is not same with yours. One thing. Second thing is, what I love, there's no guarantee you'll love it. Okay, but some people I do feel do not watch the reviews. When I said this one took me 3 years to love, people will not see that because they don't watch my full review. They will just say I said this is good, so this is also good. So people will be like, you hyping it up. There's no such thing as hype that you fall a victim of. You are the one who is responsible. So play the game wisely, right? Whatever fits your budget, appreciate it, buy it, enjoy it. That's about it. If you appreciate this one, don't expect a performance like your Hermes or the quality ingredients like Hermes in this one. Okay, so they will be like a trade-off, right? So keep those in mind. Okay, end of the day, you wear what you like. Have a nice, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.